there, and welcome to the Sinking City Part 1. Basically, this is the first start of the game. It came out yesterday. I've decided to start it today because I didn't have much time yesterday, I'm afraid. But I am so excited to see this because I seen it about a month ago and I actually really wanted to buy it, but it wasn't out yet until yesterday, obviously. So without further ado, let's get started. Don't know if you've seen the trailer, but the trailer is absolutely amazing for this game. Dear Mr. Charles Reed, as you requested, I've researched the outbursts of hysteria and visions in the city of Oakmont en masse. It turns out that your assumptions were correct. Such cases are indeed more frequent here. Men and women come across the country are drawn to Oakmont, haunted by visions similar to yours, a city drowning in the presence of something great yet unknown. As luck has it, I believe we have stumbled upon the source of your ailment, and the person who might help you with it. Prepare yourself, then come to Oakmont as soon as you can. I will meet you here to help you on your way. Cordially, Johannes van der Berg. The city contains many barricaded areas infested with monsters. A daring looter could find great treasures inside. Some deductions in the Mayan Palace can have alternative interpretations leading to different conclusions. I don't know what this game is exactly about. I've just seen the trailer, and the trailer was amazing. Seems to have some crazy things going on, doesn't he? Sorry about that, guys. Sales call. I actually switched that off. I don't know, it seemed like a sales call. It's from California though. I don't know. I'll check it later, it's fine. You was dreaming the whole time? Crazy. I hope you can hear me properly, guys. I'll turn this up a little bit more. I don't want to turn up too loud though. Okay, so we have a gun. Yeah, normal gun.
Hope I never have to use it. Something tells me I will.
Awesome, pistol. Did we just read this? Yeah, we read this at the beginning. Okay, we got a folding camera.
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
What is it? Oh, it's awesome how you can do that. He doesn't actually pick it up because in most games
Never trust a tourist advertisement.
You pick it up, but is waiting for you. What does that say? Minnow. I don't know what that says. Minnow National Park is waiting for you. Anyway, we're stuck on a boat, are we? Oh, it's the Illuminati sign. Illuminati's everywhere. Okay. We have to. Oh, we have to hold it. Okay. Okay. What button is for this? How do we get our camera out? Oh no, that's just telling you. Ah, that's how we get a camera out. Okay. Got it. Hang of this now. Hello.
Now get out!
Oh, okay then. Thanks for the hospitality. Why won't he climb up? What button am I not?
At last,
it's triangle to climb up, not X.
Charles Reed. What a pleasure to finally meet you in the flesh.
Nice to meet you.
Johannes van der Berg, at your service. I did promise to meet you the moment you arrived.
Ah, much obliged, Mr. Vanderberg.
God,
I guess
he
I
looks
didn't
knackered.
expect you to mean so literally.
Please call me Johannes. But where are my
I thought you said
manners?
Your Highness.
Welcome to the proud city of Oakmont. Alas, now is not its finest hour, though it is its most important.
Ah, so you got choices. About my problem, what to do with the city nice suit.
Reaching
I'll ask about
Oakmont
that.
is no easy task. Most maps I found didn't mark it, and this rickety package ship is the only one that sailed here. Why is that?
Oakmont is no ordinary place. Its unique geographical position and the flood, a recent natural disaster, make it.
Wait,
You said you...
Such vividness of dreams is already at the port. He has dedicated a lot of time and effort to investigate this issue. Alas, I fear he has a more pressing matter on his hands.
where is Robert Throgmorton?
How can I find Mr. Throgmorton?
Don't worry, you can't miss him. Throgmorton tends to stand out from the crowd.
Okay, let's
Can
see
you tell
what
me
he's
a
like.
little about Mr. Throgmorton?
A remarkable creature, scion of a robust bloodline, a philanthropist, a scholar, and the patron of the famous Oakmont University. A man of great ambitions and even greater ego. Do not make him wait.
I'll need a place to lay my head while I'm here. Any recommendations?
Fear not. I've already feathered a nest for you. There's a room in your name at the Devil's Reef Hotel.
And
Here's the
nest?
key.
Sounds
That sounds
charming.
weird.
Don't judge a book by its cover, Mr. Reed.
It's a weird choice of words.
What's the best way to get around Oakmont? I'd like to drop my things at the hotel.
Most locals go by foot or by boat. I've got the latter sorted for you. There's one waiting outside the port.
You're
Awesome.
too kind, Johannes. Can you steer me towards the Devil's Reef?
Take this map. I've marked the hotel and a few other key places.
How do you fill your days, Mr. Vanderberg?
I host a philosophy club for the like-minded intelligentsia, gathering seeds of thought like moths drawn to a flame.
Does Oakmont really have much of a market for philosophy these days?
There is no consciousness without pain, Mr. Reed. No better moment for clarity than times of hardship.
Other places? Like what?
You're a private eye, yes? Well, I've highlighted the police station, city archive, newspaper, places you'll need to get to the truth. This city is insular, its ways mysterious. No one will take you by the hand, so you better know where to turn in search of a lead.
Well, that's it for now, I think. Thanks for helping me get my bearings.
No. The pleasure was mine, Mr. Reed.
Oh, before you go, how can I get in touch with you later?
Don't worry about that. I'm the kind of man who finds you.
Okay, so it seems to be set in like the 50s. Maybe, no, I wouldn't say 60s, more 50s, or would it be 30s? I have no clue. I think it was actually the 20s, 30s when these hats were around, you know, when they used to wear stuff like this. So it might actually be the 20s.
I don't care about your petty excuses. No one leaves the port until my
Yeah,
son
I
is
think it
found,
is.
and that is fine.
Excuse me. Are you Robert Throgmorton?
I am, but not interested. Go away.
The name's Charles Reed. I'm a private investigator, just arrived from Boston.
Is it just
I was
me,
told
or does
you
he
might be
look
able to
like a
help me.
gorilla?
Private investigator, you say? Well, perhaps we can help each other.
If I may ask, what happened to your son?
Why do you care? What's your angle, outsider?
Well, like I said, I'm a PI. Finding people is kind of my specialty.
Is it? Well, Albert was part of a deep-sea expedition I
Talking gorilla?
commissioned. This useless fool over here says he found Albert washed ashore in a lifeboat. Says he was barely conscious, out of his mind, talking gibberish in some other language. That he even tried to bite him.
And you don't believe him?
Complete malarkey. I know my Albert. I raised him strong and smart, the best of his kind. It couldn't have been him. Albert's disappearance is the work of Innsmouthers. Mark my words.
I've heard you're the man to speak to about visions, outbreaks of hysteria. I'm trying to get to the bottom of it myself.
Another newcomer with another problem. Yes, I know what you speak of.
Can I ask you a few questions?
How dare you? My son Albert is missing, and no one in this Innsmouther-ridden city will do a damn thing. But yes, let's talk about your dreams.
I take it you're not the biggest fan of these Innsmouthers.
Those fish-faced freaks have overrun this city since the police burned Innsmouth to the ground. But now, those filthy migrants occupy half this damn city. The port, Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbor, the shells. They are everywhere.
So they're just refugees.
Hardly. They've taken work from the local fishermen. They stir and agitate against us, the Throgmorton family. We are the pillar of this community, not to mention that crime rates have skyrocketed. Simply speaking, they are a big stinking pile of trouble.
Please forgive the question, but I've never met a man quite like you before.
That's
Tell me.
because no man measures up to the Throgmorton lineage. Proud and powerful blood flows through our veins. My father united with a certain royal family, which has blessed all our offspring with these exquisite features.
Okay, I wouldn't say exquisite. He looks like a gorilla.
Mr. Throgmorton, let me help you. I'm rather good at tracking down missing people. I'll find Albert.
What makes you think you can do it? Oakmont is not exactly friendly to new arrivals.
Let's just say I tend to see things that others miss. And anyway, what have you got to lose? Sounds like you could use every man you can get.
Vera. You have a point, newcomer.
Sorry, did you just say Vera? What does that mean?
You had better get used to the Oakmont dialect, outsider. That is, if you want to fit in. It is a fascinating blend. Vera means fine. I was saying, we have a deal.
I see. Thank you. I need to know more about what happened to Albert.
Dane, did you not listen at all? I already told you everything. After leaving on the expedition, Albert was found on the shore in a lifeboat. This fisherman supposedly brought him to the house, and then left to call me. But when I arrived here, my son was nowhere to be seen.
Anything else?
Clearly, something suspicious occurred inside the house. I suggest you stop dawdling and go see for yourself.
Where's the house where this all happened?
For Kay's sake, I thought you were a private eye. We're standing right in front of it.
You mentioned a lifeboat.
I'm
Is
just
it
gonna
still
talk
around?
him to death.
Yes. Face the
funny.
house, then to the left is
So
a beach
annoyed
that borders
easily.
a fence. You'll find it there.
As much as I'm enjoying the weather, Mr. Throgmorton, it's time for me to get started.
Find my son, newcomer, and be quick about it.
Well, he's a barrel of laughs.
Don't do anything stupid, newcomer. And keep your hands where I can see them.
Yeah, what is that on the door? Why is like a hashtag on the door? Hashtag doors open. Okay. Oh. This looks lovely.
It would take tremendous effort to move this thing, let alone tossing it over like this.
Let's see what you find, newcomer.
Could it be that thing that's been attacking him in his visions?
There was a fierce fight here, but someone tried to flee. Hello? Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, my head. What? Who are you? Are you police? I've already told them everything.
It's okay. I'm Charles Reed, Private Eye. Mr. Throgmorton hired me to find his son.
Oh, okay. What do you want?
I want to know what happened here. Every detail.
I don't remember much. Me, Paul, and Lewis. We were here. This is our house. Barry was outside, on his business. Then he came back carrying Throgmorton's son. He was unconscious, barely breathing. Barry left again to call Mr. Robert.
Then what?
We put the guy in Lewis's room. Then he started to make these horrible sounds and... Okay. My head began to burst. And he woke up. And after that, I don't remember a thing. Just dreams. Drowned streets, a sleeping giant, a voice that called me...
That sounds familiar. Tell me about yourself.
Name's Will Hammond. I'm a fisherman. We all are. Live here together. Me, poor fella Paul, Barry, and Innsmouther Lewis Flynn. We moved here after the flood. I worked on the railroad, but the rail ain't kicking anymore, so I started fishing. It was at or starve.
Where are all the other guys?
That's Paul there on the floor. Kay be with him. Barry's outside with Mr. Throgmorton. Lucky rascal missed everything. And I have no idea where Lewis or Throgmorton's son got to. Starting to suspect the worst.
Do you know how Paul died?
I don't know. When I pulled myself together, he was already gone. Kay have mercy on his soul.
He may not be dead.
Who is this Kay you keep mentioning?
Outsiders, show some respect. Kay is our lord, our light, our love.
Sorry, I didn't know. I'll leave you to it. Take care of yourself, Will.
Please, detective, sir, tell me the truth. Could it be me? Did I kill Paul? Or Kay? Did I kill him?
I don't know yet, Will. The police will stop anyone coming in or out of here, so I suggest you just try and get some rest.
I'm afraid of what I might dream.
Oh dear.
I can barely recognize the face of the poor fella. He was beaten to a pulp.
Oh, so he is dead. Okay. Looks like a mad scientist.
Choo choo.
With all the papers on the wall.
I'm surprised they don't have someone's portrait here.
Red circle. Maybe that has some significance.
5 cards short of a full house.
So he was dragged from here. Where to then? So... Ah, so it shows where the clues are. Did I miss one down here?
Huh. This dog mat looks better than the owner's bed.
I was thinking that. It's a good clean in it, doesn't it?
The book is damp and damaged, but clearly well cared for.
I like the fact you can still look around when he's reading stuff as well. It's not like a cutscene or anything, which can get annoying at times. Especially if you accidentally click on something you've already read. Okay, I've looked everywhere. See if we can find something outside, because he was dragged outside. Oh, that should take me back to the boat. And there's a house. I feel like there should be something outside since he was dragged out here. The thing is, when you're turning the camera around, it's not very quick, it's quite laggy. Hey, that's like full. No, it's kind of slow. It's not as sensitive as other games.
I've said everything I know.
Alright. Nothing I can see around here. Oh god. Except for that. Oh. Massive squid. Has to be something bigger than these. Hold on. I'm gonna have another quick look around the house and then I'm gonna go to the police station or something, see if they know anything. Well, the police are here, but I mean, I'm just gonna try everything.
I
Have a little
gave you clear
exploration.
instructions, did I not?
Got anything else?
Let's see
Thomas?
what you find, newcomer.
Nope. Okay. Ah. That's this room.
Choo choo.
Oh no, I didn't miss the room. I missed the box though. Ah, I missed this room. Okay.
Never seen knives like this before. Masterful work. Seems like Prohibition hasn't affected Oakmont too much. So, that's what an Innsmouther looks like.
Getting cold. Oh. What, did I have the camera too long? Is this insanity going? Oh. That's awesome.
What's happening?
Take this, ape face.
Did someone shot him or no? Someone hit him?
Yeah, run!
Okay, let's see what we have here.
Yeah, run! Yeah, run!
Okay, what do we do? Anyone else here? Oh, damn it. So we ran off. I think I might need to get back up again. Yeah. Still trying to figure out all these buttons. Okay, so...
Take this, ape face.
So he was shot. By the sound of it. Who's this? Ah, he was shot. Then somebody hit him over the head with a barrel. And then what, he ran off?
Yeah, run! Yeah, run!
What's happening?
I figured it out. gotta put them in order.
What's happening?
Take this, ape face. Yeah, run!
When Albert Throgmorton woke up, he was not himself. He attacked the fishermen, and his hysteria spread to them. When he got wounded, he fled.
Ah. Compare pairs of relevant clues to get evidence. Deductions. Some deductions can be interpreted differently. This can lead to different conclusions. Ah. Discover all possible conclusions to fully understand this case, but it is up to you how to solve it. Ah, awesome. Okay. So that's how you hit. How do we get the evidence up? Oh, that way. Okay, so which one would be first? Albert returned unstable. Albert returned unstable. Albert Throgmorton behaved strangely after returning from the sea. He was mad, violent, and spoke gibberish. And then he got up, didn't he? Then he had a sudden psychotic break. Yeah. Throgmorton's and Innsmouth are in an ongoing feud. I would say that's last, or would that be first? Do that as last and see what happens. Okay, so we've got Albert is unstable, then he has sudden psychotic outbreak. It must not be right. Sorry guys, I'm still trying to work out the how to play the game. Basically, I've just started playing it like 10 minutes ago. Okay, so we've got the feud. Put that first. Then we returned unstable. No? Okay, that's wrong. Albert attacked the fisherman. One fisherman is missing. Albert fled when wounded. So that mustn't be first then. Say that one's first. Then he attacked the fisherman. Why does it not let me... Wait, what? It's not letting me do anything there for some reason. It's not letting me put the things together. Maybe there's something missing. Mind Palace. Ah, okay, so you put two together and then it goes into the thing. Ah, so one fisherman is missing. There were I'm getting it now. It's like this old game I used to play. There were 3 fishermen in the house when Albert woke up, but I found only 2 of them. Lou shot without warning. Albert fled when wounded. I'd say put these 2 together. No? Okay. When Albert Throgmorton became aggressive, Lewis and Innsmouth, fishermen, immediately started shooting at him. Okay, so they don't go together. Maybe it's because of the feud then? Yeah. Okay. So put these two together then. One fisherman is missing. There were 3 fishermen in the house, and then Albert fled when wounded. I can track down Albert. Albert and the fisherman named Lewis fled the scene after the fight in the house. I can track them using my supernatural sense. Okay. Mind's Eye can reveal omens that guide your way. Follow them to find new evidence. Okay. Now, how do I... trying to remember how I got my mind's eye up.
The port is closed by order of Robert Throgmorton. Back off.
Okay. Such a small door. Wonder if this guy's seen anything. Oh. Disappeared. That glitch. That was weird.
You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around. You look familiar, but old Billy hasn't seen you around.
Oh, yeah. Hey, got a spare bullet, fella? I ain't eaten in days. Ugh, I'll miss the carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
Welcome to Under the Keel. What do you want?
No, he's can't tell me anything.
Come closer,
Psychic.
troubled soul. Let me tell you what your future holds.
You're some kind of, fortune teller?
Yes, my dear, yes. Oh, it's so clear. Your path holds many surprises, newcomer.
Really? Like what?
Not so fast, newcomer. I see many things. For a small fee, I'll tell you some of them.
Alright, how much? $1?
Your money has no value here, newcomer. After the flood, Oakmonters deal in the practical. Booze, smokes, and bullets. And I'll make it easier for you. I don't smoke.
Let's hear what my future holds.
Good. Let me focus. The sea will be generous in the coming days. Many gifts delivered, and many will regret partaking.
I don't think I follow.
I see old and new. A hard heart against an iron will. Whoever wins, you win too. But you'll only see that from inside a metal cage. And tall pillars, circled by the dead. A race from one to the next, as time itself laughs.
Thank you. I'll keep that in mind.
You are welcome. I can't wait to see what you do.
Ah, 38 rounds. Awesome.
Stay alert! Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
What the? Get them! Oh.
What the? Get the... Ugh, can't be bothered talking, I'm too hungry.
The door won't budge.
This place is really run down, isn't it? Poor guys.
What's your problem?
Who's that?
So the fisherman pursued Albert, even let off a few shots. Even though Albert was wounded, he managed to climb that high. Robert wasn't exaggerating when he said he raised him strong.
I think I've saved my mind's eye too long, it's not good.
Something in the pocket.
Bloodstained note. Lois, please just give me one more week. I know I owe you, but I'm underwater like everyone else right now. I don't yet have enough stock to operate the bar smoothly with the fuzz snooping about the port. But don't worry, I've struck a nice deal with the proper people, and should have a steady supply channel soon. Just one more week and I'll return everything with double interest, Peter.
The blood is fresh. Whomever it belongs to could not have got far.
I think he suffers effects of his stoner's mind's eye too much. Blood. Padlocks and weak planks can be broken with a shot or melee attack. Okay. Somebody murdered him.
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident.
Oh! Oh god, I think I'll use me mind's eye, the more monsters come out. Now we know what's happened now. And the fisherman killed him. But why? Well, you know, didn't get along, but...
One fatal round through the forehead. That's no accident. This was deliberate.
But he wasn't in his right mind though either. The owner of a local bar in the port owes Lois Flynn money. Lois, the Innsmouth fisherman who probably killed Albert, left the site of the murder. Lois pursued Albert after he fled and continued to shoot at him. I reckon the debt and the murders one will go. No? Okay. Lois in Mauser that killed Albert Throgmorton may be hiding at the bar in Oakmont Port. I'd say those two, but I'll try this one. Yeah, I was right. May what have wanted to kill Albert outright because he was a Throgmorton rather than just drive him off. Okay. A little more look around just in case. Go to the bar then. Oh god, look at the place. Most of it's underwater. Feel the gentle I thought it was feel. Feel the gentle touch of tentacles. Feel the gentle touch of tentacles.
Stay alert! Monsters lurk underground. They're everywhere.
Bartender might know something.
I'm looking for a man by the name of Lewis Flynn. Any chance he's here?
Yeah. Even if I knew, I don't rat to newcomers.
As it happens, I know you owe a debt to Mr. Flynn. Trouble is, I found your note near the dead body of Albert Throgmorton, son of Robert. So, it seems Lewis is in trouble. Might have even come here to hide. Over, and he won't be back to collect what you owe. Get me?
Throck. That would explain the blood. Fine. If it gets me out of this mess, you can have him.
So?
He's upstairs. Here's the key. You gotta promise to deal with him, once and for all. But save the shooting for outside, huh?
Smart man. There's your good deed for the day. I've seen some unsettling creatures around. Like nothing I've ever encountered. What are they?
So you met a wild beast, newcomer. No one knows what they are, but consider yourself lucky to still be in one piece. They arrived in the flood. Some say they come from the sea. Others that they are Kay's punishment for us.
And what do you say?
If it bleeds, you can kill it. Keep your gun handy. And if you want to erase the memory, I sell a perfect cure right here. Remember, better to be a coward and live than brave and dead. Unless you're a newcomer.
Bye.
What are you doing?
Charles Reed, private investigator. Mr. Throgmorton hired me
He
to
looks
find
like
his
a
son
squid.
Albert, so I think you know why I'm here.
Why are these guys all looking really strange?
That darn bartender. It was all that crazy ape's fault. You hear me?
Calm down. I only want to speak, for now. But no, if you...
I got nothing to hide.
Start at the beginning. What happened?
We were in our house, me, Paul, and Will. Barry'd gone to the sea. Though I told him that it would only bring bad luck. If he'd listened to me, we'd all still be alive.
Come on, Lewis. Focus.
Right. Well, Barry dragged that damn ape to our house. He was bragging about how much Mr. Throgmorton would give us for saving his son. But that ape, he was out cold. Then woke in an instant and started screaming, attacking us. After that, can't remember a thing.
You shot to kill. No warning, no second chances. You pursued Albert even after he fled. Why?
I can't remember it. When he woke, it was like a bloody mist descended over me. First thing I recall after is that darn warehouse and me covered in blood. I had no idea what happened, though I suspected it had something to do with that ape. Turns out, I was right.
Why do you look like that?
What kind of... why do you... your face, it's,
Oh, so you're here to attack me just because I look different to you? Want to spit on me, whisper to your friends? What's new?
No, I'm sorry. I didn't know how to ask. I've just never met someone like you before. I didn't mean any offense.
Innsmouther's bodies were blessed by the sea. You're gonna see a lot of us here, so you better get over it. We are proud of who we are.
Ah.
The things you did to Albert don't look like a bloody rage. A fatal shot to the head, a hidden body. One might start to wonder if it was deliberate.
Well, I don't know what to say. I wasn't myself.
I hear there's a bit of a feud between the Innsmouthers and the Throgmortons. Care to fill me in?
Those apes hated us from the moment we arrived in Oakmont. Our home was destroyed. We just needed a place to stay. The Blackwood Grand family sheltered us, but others were not as hospitable. We needed jobs, food, and medicine. The city denied it all.
And so?
We had to fight for every crumb of bread. And those Throgmortons in their high castle only made our life harder, always conspiring behind our backs, always setting people against us. I'd love to see them suffer like we suffered.
You mentioned a grand family. What do you mean?
So you're a newcomer, huh? Explains a lot.
Yeah, a newcomer with a gun. Answer the question.
Okay. People here are crazy about bloodlines and tradition and reputation. The head honchos of Oakmont are called the Grand Families. There's the Carpenters, who control most of the city's underworld, the Blackwoods, who share kin with Innsmouthers through the Marsh family.
And let me guess, the Throgmortons.
Right, those filthy apes. Now that most of the Blackwoods are gone, there's nobody left to protect us Innsmouthers.
I think I've got all I need.
Please, Mr. Reed, don't tell Throgmorton about me. I know I'm in no position to ask. I didn't want to do whatever it is I did. Honest, have mercy, please. I have a family. Without me, they'll starve.
This is not exactly cut and dry. I need some time to think.
Perhaps I can offer something to grease your grinds. I still have a few bullets on me.
I don't know, I could use the bullets, but at the same time... He said he doesn't have any food, but they don't pay you in money there, they pay you with bullets and that, so he obviously can get food if he's got bullets on him, so no.
You think you're the first person to offer me a bribe?
Please, Mr. Reed.
Sounds like he's lying.
Now, don't try my patience further, Mr. Flynn.
I don't know if I can see anything by him. No.
Hey, knock it off.
Ugh, I'll miss the Carpenter's food giveaway with this darn port closure.
You want a drink?
No. So you can't really talk to him again. See what these guys have to say.
The port is closed by order of Robert Throgmorton.
So basically nothing. Can either reveal Lewis's whereabouts to Robert Throgmorton or save him and lie to Robert? I don't think I should lie to him. Because either way, whether he was in his right mind or not, he killed him.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm afraid I have bad news.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I found your son in the basement of a nearby warehouse. I'm sorry, but he was murdered. Shot in the head and the body hidden.
No. It cannot be true. No, no, no. I don't believe it. No.
I've tracked down your son's murderer.
Where? Who is he?
I'm not lying.
And just as I suspected, the Innsmouther Lewis is responsible for your son's murder. He's hiding at the local bar. Just ask the bartender. Seems like he had a bone to pick with your family, and took it out on Albert.
Oh, that scum won't be getting off easy. The whole city shall see what happens when you cross the Throgmortons. Justice, bittersweet as it is, shall be served. It's rare for a newcomer to make himself so useful. Thank you.
Mr. Throgmorton, I hate to press you, but do you think you could help me now?
Yes, you've earned it. Gay to think a newcomer barely off the boat solves a crime the police couldn't, but I digress. Remind me, what brought you to Oakmont?
I think I'm going mad, Mr. Throgmorton. I see things, visions, and I needed to stop. I was drawn here, or guided, or I don't know. But I believe the source of this madness is here, in Oakmont.
You're not wrong, Mr. Reed. An inexplicable hysteria spread through Oakmont after the flood. I funded an expedition to explore recent geological activity that may be responsible.
A geological expedition? I'm not sure I follow.
I have reason to believe the flood and this madness have the same source. As above, so below. So I sent men to find out.
Do these cases of it...
Since the flood, many Oakmonters have had similar nightmares. Indeed, Professor Doe, the expedition leader, complained of them herself.
Waterlogged ruins with unnatural architecture. A sleeping giant. drowned streets, and a voice calling from the depths.
Her words exactly. She proposed the expedition, desperately wanting to find the cause.
You mentioned the flood. You think it's more than just a natural disaster.
You weren't here, Mr. Reed. What happened defied scientific explanation.
Has your expedition found anything?
I do not know. Albert was part of it. His passing cannot be coincidence. Why was he alone at the port? And where are the others?
You think your son was killed because the expedition uncovered something?
Is it so hard to believe? I had no news for a week, then Albert, the only one I could trust, comes ashore and is killed.
It does sound suspicious.
Mr. Reed, I want you to find out what's going on. I expect you're as interested in the expedition's results as I am.
If I'm going to look into this, I'll need to know more. Where should I start?
I'll give you the address of the expedition's headquarters and a key.
That's all you can tell me?
Let me be clear, Reed. You do not speak to me like that again.
I'm sorry, Mr. Throgmorton. I just meant the more I know, the better.
I am a busy man. I funded the research, but left all preparations to Professor Doe and Albert. When you've finished, come see me at the Throgmorton family manor. It's in Old Grove. Here, I'll show you.
What about my expenses?
They will be reimbursed after you complete your task. And of course, you've earned some compensation for your work here at the port. I'll also include a fair advance in bullets.
Bullets?
The dollar lost its use here, Mr. Reed. After the flood, Oakmont returned to bartering. Bullets mean more than bills.
Ah, okay. This is getting really interesting. New case lost at sea. Oh, there's an asylum in this too. That should be awesome. Did you give me the key too? Again. Northern cover side. It's in the northern cover side of the road, crossroads of Asher Road and Hubert Ave. Asher Road and Hubert Ave. There's Asher Road. There we are, Asher Road, Hubert Ave. That's the police department. Danger. Strange. God. What just happened to him? Oh my God. That thing trying to eat him again. Robert Throgmorton funded an expedition to discover the origin of the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. Albert Throgmorton was the only known survivor. He subsequently murdered. I was hired to find any other expedition members, dead or alive. Throgmorton will be waiting for my report in his manor in southern Old Grove.
Crew of the Cyclops. Semper Fortis, brother.
Is that wind coming from? Windows are closed. All that we see or seem is just a dream within a dream. Charles W. Reed. Ah, newcomer. I'm gonna wear that. That looks cool. And it looks way more comfortable than the other that he's wearing. Mr. Reed, it seems that you have exerted yourself while conducting the investigation for Mr. Throgmorton. Forgive me for the audacity, but I brought you to the Devil's Reef on this. Mr. Archer, I've seen you dragging things into your room. Mind the floors, I'll make you pay for any scratches you leave, your landlord. Oh God, what's he been dragging into his room?
The door won't budge.
A bit worrying.
Finally, you're awake. Gotta tell you though, mister, you want to stay on here, you stop making all that noise.
Noise? What noise are you talking about?
I expect my guests to be respectable. Moans, chanting, all that kind of thing. It stops, all right?
No.
Got any proof it was me? It could have been one of my neighbors. I slept like a rock. I didn't hear a thing.
Pfft, that's exactly what a newcomer would say. Your neighbors are respectable people and would never do such a thing. Don't think your yellow-clad patron means you get away with everything.
You're not exactly friendly with your guests. Aren't we the ones keeping you in business?
All these newcomers after the flood, they're stark raving mad.
What do you mean?
You can't imagine the crazy notes and books I find after they move out. Only thing they're good for is lighting the kitchen stove.
Can I have a look?
I knew it. I tell you, no one sane would be interested. And you want to take a look? Well, fine, fine. Take what you wish.
Oh. Hmm. Okay, how do I read what you just give me then? First aid. I can't find what you just given me. That's weird. Let's save it for a minute, just in case. Save? Yeah, we've saved it. It's a little bit glitchy. Should take like a second to load. I'll figure out how to get those documents off later. Okay, we're on the corner here. Okay. Seems so depressing here, doesn't it?
officer.
Well, look who finally decided to show up. If it ain't Charles Reed, the genius that cracked the case of Albert Throgmorton. Captain Caleb Lyons at your service. What can we simpletons do to assist you, Mr. Holmes?
I'm Mr. Holmes.
Do you and I have a problem, officer?
I've just realised that.
No.
Like Sherlock Holmes.
Aside from making everyone in the Oakmont Police Department look like idiots, let me be frank, newcomer. You ain't welcome. You slip up, don't cross a T or dot an I, and I'll treat you like every other criminal here.
Okay. Well, can I use the police archive in the meantime?
You can, but only because of Mr. Throgmorton's patronage. And heed me well, you're on mighty thin ice, and I'll be under it when it breaks.
Okay. Take it these don't like newcomers, any of them. Robert Throgmorton funded an expedition to discover the origin of the mass hysteria gripping Oakmont. The expedition was to explore the seabed near Oakmont. Contact with the expedition was soon lost. Albert Throgmorton was the only known survivor. He subsequently murdered. I was hired to find any other expedition members, dead or alive. Throgmorton will be waiting for my report in his man in Southern Oak Grove. We got the key to headquarters. So we gotta match them up. Okay, so there's no information on these. Need to know violent crimes. Maybe victims. No? Must be something. Right, it's not got the expedition on here. It's got suspects, witnesses, victims, officers. We don't know what's happened yet. So it wouldn't really be put in as a crime because we don't know what's happened. It's at the seabed, so that's Salvation Harbour, I assume. Would it be Grimhaven Bay? Let's try Grimhaven Bay. See if we can find any complaints. No. No. So I put it up under as victims. check them. There's Grimhaven Bay, Salvation Harbour. Okay, where's Oakmont on this map? Well, that could be anywhere. There's like seabed here. Grimhaven Bay. Probably be more likely. But then there's one there, Salvation Harbour. Just try all of the locations. Right, I think we need to look around.
Don't waste my time, newcomer.
extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy a paper, mister? Extra, extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy a paper, mister?
The old papers are by the door. Take them and stop bothering me already.
I think you've got me confused with someone else.
Aren't you a newcomer?
Yeah, I guess I am a newcomer. Charles Reed, private investigator. And I also need your old newspapers, the archive, to be exact.
Ah, so you're the one who cracked the Albert Throgmorton murder case. Nice work. I'm Helen Bland. Say, can you do me a favor? Give me an exclusive interview. You won't regret it. The Oakmont Chronicle is the best newspaper for miles around.
All right, I'll be sure to make some time for you, Miss Bland. Do you still want that interview? I got some time now, if you're ready.
Oh, absolutely. We know that you're the private eye who solved the case, but tell our reader something more about yourself.
I'm a private eye in Boston. The situation in the port was a good use of my skills.
Well, Detective Reed, I think you'll find our city has a lot of secrets, but people may not like you poking your nose in. Maybe we'll have the chance to work together later. Who knows? And now the big question. Why are you here? What brought you to Oakmont?
Currently, I'm tracking down the source of the psychic phenomenon that's been causing madness and visions all across the country.
Ah, yes. It affected people here, but we were much more concerned with the flood. Though Robert Throgmorton sent an expedition.
Yeah, and then hired me to find it. Ironic, don't you think?
I think that's enough for now. I can't give the readers too much all at once. Thank you for your interview, Mr. Reed.
My pleasure. Maybe I'll do something interesting enough to make the papers again. You never know. See you later.
Extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy a paper, mister?
Patient or visitor? Hold on. Let Dr. Grant guess.
A visitor. Though you are a bit pale, you don't have a headache, do you?
My head? No complaints, I'm good.
Well, you're the exception these days. We're simply overflowing with patients.
It looks like hard work in these conditions. You need a hand?
Well, yes, actually. But it may result in close contact with the wiles. Is that going to be a problem?
I'm prepared to face men and beasts alike. Count me in.
Ah, I can see it in your eyes. Well, I have taken it upon myself to study the wild beasts, but need more data to confirm two of my hypotheses. One concerns the multi-handed creatures, and the other the vomiting humanoids.
What have you found out about the multi-handed beasts?
One of my patients saw them in his nightmares before the flood. I can't visit him, but he must know something. Here's his address.
Those hideous wretches seem almost human. But what could turn one into such a monstrosity?
Jim Bells, a patient of mine, was admitted to hospital with symptoms resembling cholera, but he turned into one of those things. Incredible. Here's the address. Find out what happened.
Bye. I don't think he's going to tell me much about those monsters.
This used to be an okay place to live.
What are you selling, mister? I don't see any goods.
I offer what everyone in this Borg needs most. Safety and comfort. You a newcomer? Where are you staying?
The Devil's Reef Hotel.
Oh, old Victor always thinks so small. A man of your talents could earn his board 100 ways. Maybe you want some more spending money?
Got a job for a private eye, mister? I'm always up for a good side gig.
That's what I like to hear. I'm Walter. I need someone capable to take care of an issue on my property. Local fauna, if you know what I mean.
Real estate's a risky business. How'd you get into it?
All my life I was a common fisk trader. But I wanted more. I dreamed of being a landlord, a man who never works. So I scrimped and saved, and bought several houses. Gonna rent them to the refugees and newcomers. And I have even greater plans.
Let me guess. You need a gun for hire. Or is there another task?
I need you to place these incense burners on the top floor of my properties to drive off the wild beasts. Take a photo for me as proof.
Smoke that repels wild beasts. Does that even work?
Of course it will. No doubt. I bought it from a friend I trust.
Well, okay. Just give me the address. See you later.
Find something you like. Cheaper than the rest.
Be safe. We don't have any free beds left. Be safe. We don't have... have any free beds left. Be safe. We don't have any free beds left.
Extra, extra. All the news that's fit to print. Buy paper instead.
Seems after visiting Dr. Grant, the shop owner preferred to self-medicate.
You'll die, newcomer.
Seems after visiting Dr. Grant, the shop owner preferred to self-medicate. Those bloodstains would definitely attract wild beasts. I don't think he's going to tell me much about those monsters. Seems after visiting Dr. Grant, the shop owner preferred to self-medicate. I called into the shop of your patient. Unfortunately...
Sorry for wasting your time.
It wasn't entirely a waste. I found some evidence that sheds light on the origin of those creatures.
For what it's worth, Professor Westerbrook calls them Stygian harvesters. But what is it you found?
Your patient's diary. His dreams became too real, too confronting. He tried to stay awake using stimulants, but those Stygians appeared near him when he slept, as if they were leaking from his nightmares.
A psychic phenomenon or manifestation. How unnerving. I'm afraid he's not the only one suffering from such dreams.
Bye.